Hello YouTube, B3 here, back another kicking action figure review. Yeah, we have a really cool one from Bandai Japan. A nice cool Tokutatsu Kaiju figure. Sorry about that burp. But it is from Ultraman Ginga Ultra Monster 500 series Dark Lugiel. I thought it was Dark Rugeru at first because that's how it's listed in lots of places. But in the show it was Dark Lugiel, D-A-R-K-L-U-G-I-E-L. Look it up. On Amazon it's listed as Dark Rugeru, so if you want it, maybe search that as well. But I mean, on the wiki, check it out, Dark Lugiel. So, you know, all to their own, I guess. Maybe it depends on the country. But that's what the Crunchyroll translations are, so. Yeah, but anyways, here he is, the big bad of the Ultraman Ginga season of Ultraman. I haven't finished Ultraman Ginga S. I got halfway through and it stopped. I think he's in it, though. I definitely saw, like, remains of him on the moon or something. But he's a really cool-looking character. Kind of reminds me of the Black Dragon just a little bit because of this area and the color scheme. But it's very cool. My cat's digging in my unreviewed action figure box, trying to get my Ash Greninja out of there. Ash Greninja review coming soon. But Dark Lugiel, very cool. He's got what many kaiju collectors call the Ultra articulation. Just the 360 on the arms like that, and then the 360 on the waist. You know, basic stuff. It's a cheap little figure. I got it for less than 10 bucks. And that's mostly because of the size. You'll see about that in size comparisons. But detail and paint-wise, it's pretty good. Excellent on the front. The only real problem with the Ultra 500 series, in my opinion, because I'm fine with the size, is actually that they aren't really painted up on the back at all. That's my only real problem with them. Other than that, you know, the detail is just as good as the larger figures. And all that stuff. I like it. Plus, I have a lot of figures it could scale with. And not just Ultraman ones, plus they're really cheap. The price alone makes them worth it. But yeah, pretty cool. Just love all that detail and stuff. Take a look at the tag, number 56 in the Ultra Monster series here, 500. Very nice. Subaraya Productions, Bandai. Interior, back. Pretty cool. So, how about we check out some size comparisons, huh? Yeah, so first up, got to show them with some other Ultra 500 stuff. Another Ultra 500 Monster Series figure here on the left, EX Red King. And on the right, an Ultra Hero 500 Series, Jean 9. And here he is with some of the larger Ultraman figures that lots of people collect. Here on the left, the Ultra Hero Series Ultraman figure. You know, the classic TV original. And then here on the right, we have Bogal. Yeah, the main monster from, like, the first half of Ultraman Mebius. Because it changed to Alien Yapul, and then it was Alien Emperor, or whatever. So, yeah, pretty cool. A little short, but as you said, as I said, that's expected. I mean, it's a Spark doll. It's a gimmick figure, right? Because you scan the bottom of the feet, but you don't scan the bottom of his feet because what am I trying to say? I guess it's because no one scans him in the show. But there's like the area sculpted for it. You see what I mean? But there's no sticker there. I don't know if that's a mistake or if they just didn't bother because it's not part of the show. Either way, I don't really care. I don't have this Ginga Spark, so it doesn't matter. Now all the stuff we've seen so far is imported. Now I'm going to show them with some domestic figures. Here we have them with some domestic kaiju. On the left, the NECA Godzilla 1954. And on the right, the Bandai America Bandai Creations Final Wars Gigan. And the last figures I wanted to show them with are actually Power Ranger figures. Yeah, the Ultra 500 series scales excellent with the Power Rangers Action Hero series that has been in effect since Super Mega Force. Scales great with them. Here are the types of figures you'll want him to scale with because even though, you know, he looks cool with the Rangers, he's a giant, so it doesn't really work out. But he will work out with, here on the left, the villains, like Skullgator from the Ninja Steel Action Hero series. Because, you know, the villains grow gigantic. And then the Power Rangers have their giant Megazords that they fight with, like this one here on the right, the Plesiocharge Megazord from the Power Rangers Dino Charge, Dino Supercharge line. Yeah, and I actually display my Ultra 500 series with these Power Ranger figures. Yeah, because I have more of these Power Rangers than I do Ultra 500 series, and it's easier to fit them in with these Rangers than it is to fit them on my Kaiju shelf, to be honest. Plus, it just looks better because of the size. So, I think that's really cool. It makes it really easy for me to do like a Ultraman Power Ranger thing. I mean, it's the same genre, or subgenre, I suppose. It's not technically a genre. It's Toku. It's all Toku and monsters and heroes and shit. But, yeah, so that's pretty cool. So what are my final thoughts on the Ultra Monster 500 series Dark Lugiel figure from Ultraman Jinga's Spark Doll line? It's pretty cool. Bandai Japan did a good job on this guy. Really, the only problem I have with this line is the backs. It's just the backs. I mean, I'm used to collecting figures in all different scales, so I don't care that they're in a different scale than most of my Kaiju stuff. Especially since they seem to scale well with each other, with the exception of that Red King you saw earlier. He's short. But all my other ones that I have scale very well with each other, like my Kimmerman and Ultraman Ace and stuff, all scale fine. But I mean, he's a cool looking dude, you know? He was very menacing for the short time that he was actually on screen in Ultraman Jinga. But I like him. I dig the design. You know, I watched the show. Gotta have the main villain, you know. And he is just cool. He is just cool. I just wish he was painted on the back a little bit. Not that it bothers me too much, because his back's going to be pointed towards the back of the display. But I'm used to having these figures painted all up all over, especially on the backs. I mean, look at the back of the fucking Bogal from earlier. All painted. All the way painted. Pretty crazy stuff. So, I guess they just cut that because of the size, and they're really cheap, guys. I really did get this for under $10, probably more like $5, really. It was cheap, cheap. And so was the Ultraman Ace I got with it. But yeah, that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. But that is it. Thank you all once again, and I'll see you all later.